Today we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act.
Holy shit!
Number two.
Yeah. This just in, you were
Matt just
looking
mentioned
at
we have a breaking
obviously
news
very
story to tell you
disturbing
about.
live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed.
As we come on now, we have serious news of a major, a very tragic event in the United States. Incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center.
Flights have been canceled for another 7 hours, which is about 5 o'clock.
Where there is billowing smoke. Jim Miklashevsky just reported that he heard.
It was the fourth plane that was headed to Washington to attack the center of our democracy. And the 40 passengers and crew, with knowledge that they'd gleaned from phone calls and an awareness of what was taking place on the ground, they had.
I was actually at the orthodontist, and I was in 8th grade at the time.
I was at the middle school.
So I was actually in 3rd grade, and I was in school, elementary school.
I was working at Highland High School, and I was my prep period, and I walked into the main office, and everybody was staring up at the TVs, and I turned around, and that's when the second plane was hitting the tower.
My dad actually ran back into the room that I was in with the orthodontist and said, "Come, you need to see this, something terrible is happening." They actually had it on all the televisions at the orthodontist office.
In the faculty workout room at the middle school, and I was watching TV when I realized what was going on with 9/11.
So since I was younger, I wasn't fully aware of what happened, but I knew something really bad had happened. There had basically been an attack on the United States, and a administrative assistant had come into the room and whispered something to my teacher, and her face sort of dropped.
And I turned around and I looked up, and there was the second plane flying into the second tower, and that's where I found that out. Then it shot over to the first tower, and we stood there, and all the classes stopped, and everyone had all their TVs on, and everybody was watching it.
As an 8th grader, I felt confused. I actually got dropped off to school after that, and some students were actually laughing, not really understanding what was going on. And then as things continued to happen, you saw everyone get very emotional, including my teacher, and that's when it really hit that this is something very serious and very tragic that's going on.
I was shocked and sort of in disbelief of what was going on.
I was very young. I knew something bad was happening, but I didn't have I wasn't an adult, I was a little kid. So I just felt sort of sad, a little bit scared, a little worried.
And I turned around and I looked up, and there was the second plane flying into the second tower, and that's where I found that out. Then it shot over to the first tower, and we stood there, and all the classes stopped, and everyone had all their TVs on, and everybody was watching it.
Disbelief, shock, and extreme sadness.
Disheartening and sad.
Unthinkable and tragic.
Tragic, gut-wrenching. There's a part of my heart that's missing from that day because I know personal people who lost their lives, and it is something I will never ever forget.